Thanks for tuning in. You're watching Arirang News Break on this Wednesday, June 6th. I'm Handan in Seoul. Our top story this morning, following heavy rain over the past couple of days, North Korea has discharged water without warning from one of its main dams. The release affects the south as the Hwanggang Dam straddles the Imjingang River that runs through both Koreas. We connect with our Kwon Soa for the details. Soa, fill us in.
We have word from Seoul's Defense Ministry that at around 6 a.m. this morning, that's 4 hours ago, North Korea began to discharge water from its Hwanggang Dam without notifying South Korea ahead of time. By around 7:20 a.m., the Korea Water Resources Corporation was informed, and currently an evacuation alert has been issued in 15 locations around the area, including Yeoncheon. No damage has been reported, and the water level is not too high right now. Experts say there is not much of a threat as of now, but authorities remain on alert. South Korea's Presidential Office of Hwanghae said all related ministries are closely watching the situation.
So this is not the first time North Korea has discharged water without prior warning, but this can have serious and deadly consequences for people in the south.
That's right, Han. While North Korea is within its rights to open the dam to release some pressure, Pyongyang broke all the rules by not notifying the South of its plans. Back in 2009, it had promised to notify the South before discharging water after 6 South Koreans at the Imjingang River were killed due to a sudden discharge. Now, North Korea has only gave warnings 3 times in the last 8 years. Hwanggang Dam is located on the mainstream of Imjingang River, around 42 kilometers north of the military demarcation line, with an estimated 300 to 400 million tons of water backed up. The dam is around 56 kilometers away from South Korea's Gunnam Dam, and the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport says it'll take around 8 to 9 hours until the released water reaches Gunnam Dam later today. Now that's all I have for now. Back to you, Tan.
Thank you, Soa, for that. The South Korean military will install twice as many loudspeakers at the inter-Korean border by the end of this year as part of efforts to curb North Korea's continuous provocations. Currently, some 15 loudspeakers are operating at the fortified border, and the loudspeakers have long been a tool for South Korea's psychological warfare against Pyongyang. The speakers contain messages that reveal the truth about the North Korean regime, the North Korean people may not know. Military officials say criticisms of Kim Jong-un will be harsher and longer on the newly installed speakers. The North Korean leadership has shown sensitive reactions to loudspeaker broadcasts in the past. Korea's southeastern coast was shaken by the 5th most powerful earthquake to ever hit the Korean peninsula last night. Experts are handing out divided opinions on whether the 5.0 magnitude quake could be a prelude to something bigger. Hang Ho-jun reports.
The quake detection frequency in Korea has been increasing ever since the Great East Japan earthquake in 2011. In February of 2012, a series of 4 earthquakes struck off the coast of Ulsan, the same area where Tuesday's earthquake hit. Some experts say the quake can be traced to the Tsushima-Goto fault that sits below the East Sea.
It's a fault highly active with big and small tremors, so it wouldn't be unusual to see a bigger earthquake take place.
However, the Korea Institute of Geoscience and Mineral Resources begs to differ. The institute says Tuesday's quake was caused by a strike-slip fault, a fault where the surfaces of the plates are displaced mainly in a horizontal direction, which is different from the Tsushima-Goto fault. It also says that since this isn't the first time tremors have been detected in that area, it shouldn't be considered peculiar or worrisome. Hwang Ho-jun, Arirang News.
Hillary Clinton has survived her biggest scandal. She will not face charges for using top-secret information in her private emails while Secretary of State. The FBI's announcement is likely to give the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee a campaign boost in the race to the White House. Park Jong-hong has the details.
In wrapping up its year-long investigation, the FBI essentially said Hillary Clinton should not be prosecuted for her controversial use of government email. FBI Director James Comey said the recommendation of no criminal charges will be delivered to the Justice Department. While the Bureau had found evidence of careless handling of emails by Clinton, Comey said the investigation concluded that, quote, no reasonable prosecutor would bring charges against the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee.
We cannot find a case that would support bringing criminal charges on these facts.
Reacting to the announcement on Twitter, her Republican rival Donald Trump said Clinton had compromised U.S. national security and claimed the system was, quote, rigged. Trump has consistently slammed Clinton over the scandal, saying the probe should disqualify her from being president. But experts say the FBI announcement has provided the Clinton campaign with a second wind. That boost seemed to gain more momentum at a rally in North Carolina on Tuesday, where President Barack Obama joined Clinton on the campaign trail. Obama said there has never been any man or woman more qualified for the office than Hillary Clinton. Park Jong-hong, Arirang News.
While the UK is still reeling from the aftermath of Brexit, British Interior Minister Theresa May has won big in the first ballot of Conservative Party MPs to select their candidate for Britain's next Prime Minister. She has an overwhelming lead of 165 to 66 over her nearest rival, Andrea Leadsom, a junior energy minister. The result increases the chance that Britain will be ushering in its second female Prime Minister in history, following Margaret Thatcher. The vote comes in the wake of the EU referendum and its subsequent impact on property investors and the British pound. Latest figures show sterling has hit a 31-year low, and 3 funds investing in British property said they were suspending trading, citing a swarm of people rushing to withdraw their money. And that wraps it up. Keep it tuned to Arirang for more domestic and global news updates throughout the day. Thank you for watching.